Alright, peace and greetings, YouTubers. So Kim Kardashian, you tried it. Now I'm not going to spend too much time on Kim Kardashian because I really need to make a video and drag the mess out of this Paris Denard or Bernard person, whatever his name is. It's that black dude that keeps cooning out on all these news networks trying to justify why racist people doing racist things is not racist. I don't have time for it, so I got a video for him. So let me get through Kim so I can get to him. That didn't really quite come out right, but anyway. Kim Kardashian is catching a bunch of flack for a video, or actually two videos she made in regards to Jeffree Star. Now, I'd never heard of Jeffree Star. Jeffree Star is not somebody that's on my radar. I had to go do my own research. Star indeed. And so, Jeffree Star is a musician, I guess an entertainer, fashion designer, makeup artist, really popular in the industry, I guess. And so, in addition to that, Jeffree Star has had a history of doing a lot of really anti-black and racist things. They've made a bunch of racist statements. They're on video saying all this racist stuff, and there's all kind of quotes and stuff in their social media. And even honestly today, there's still certain things that Jeffree Star is doing that is still kind of like what you're doing. Now, Jeffree Star has apologized for actions in the past, and so somehow this led Kim to make a video and say her 2 cents. I don't know if people had criticized Kim for working with Jeffree Star and then she made her video, or if she just woke up and was like, hey, I have something I want to say. And so in this video, Kim is saying, Jeffree Star, you can't hold on to things of the past, and I would hate to be judged by my own past, and many of you would too, and you gotta move on. And besides, Jeffree Star showed me how to do something with makeup, something I don't know about. And so she was showing, I guess Jeffree Star was able to show her how to do something with her makeup, and she was like, this is just, look how good this is, and this is why you gotta move on and let stuff go, blah, 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 blah. Of course, Black Twitter stormed in, dragged the mess out of Kim. Kim made an apology, and then she did the whole thing like, I was naive, I didn't understand, I'm sorry, blah, 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 blah. So let's get to my point. Here's my issue. Kim Kardashian represents a demographic of people who are not black, that are saturated in everything black until it's time to be black. You know what I mean? They love black music, black food, black culture, black lingo, black fashion, black everything. They surround themselves with black people. They even like sleeping with black people. As a matter of fact, they pretty much only do sleep with black people. And so they love everything about blackness, but then when it's time to speak out about anti-blackness, or when it's time to defend black people from systematic structures of oppression, when it's time to defend black people from white supremacy, they're silent. Or if they do say something, they say something so universally safe that it doesn't really make an impact. It doesn't really make a difference. You know what I mean? It's like they carry so much influence and impact, but they're too afraid to use it for good. Or they're too afraid to use it for the very demographic of people that pretty much put them on the pedestal to get them to where they are today. And so that's the issue I have with Kim. So even though Kim is with Kanye and they got that beautiful daughter and, the happy family and they got the happy, beautiful child and the other son too and everything like that, that's cool. However, something I noticed about Kim and some of these Kardashians and some of these other people who also can sometimes pass as being racially ambiguous and everything like that, a lot of them, when it comes to defending anything about black people, they're silent. But they will indoctrinate themselves into our culture. They will invite themselves into everything that we do and try to become the voice of what it is that we do. But then when something happens to us, they're silent. Miley Cyrus was doing that, but now all of a sudden, it was just a phase I was going through. Now I'm so mature because I've separated myself from black people and I just make music from the heart now. Everything I did before then was trash. Everything I ever was trash. I'm a new person. So Miley does that shit. Justin Bieber kind of goes back and forth and does that. A lot of people do that. And so that's like kind of the issue I have with a lot of people. And the issue I really take with Kim is like, because Kim has black children, I really look at that sideways because it's like, wow, I keep trying to tell people just because you're dating somebody who's black, or you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend who's black, or you have children that are black, or you have parent or step-parents that are black, or anybody, your best friend is black, don't think that anti-blackness does not exist under your skin. Don't think that, that makes you exempt from getting criticized. Because listen, if you're going to indoctrinate yourselves into black culture and everything like that, you need to be ready to come with the punches and be ready for the punches that are going to come for you if you're not in the right or if you're in the wrong lane doing some nonsense. And so that was the issue I had. But what really got under my skin about how this whole Kim thing and what really made me actually even do the video is when Kim was like, but look how good they do something with the makeup. Like, look how good they do that. That's why you need to let it go. And so here's my thing. I understand that Jeffree Star apologized, but when it comes to anti-blackness, again, anti-blackness does not disappear with an apology that you tweeted or an apology that you said in 15 seconds. And that's to Jeffree Star, not to Kim. Anti-blackness does not disappear that quickly. Okay, if you've had an entire lifetime and you've saturated yourself and you've been embedded into an entire way of thinking, like that's your embedded ideals on how you see the world, a quick apology and you getting cussed out by black people on Twitter for a day or two does not make all of those thoughts and those terrible mindsets disappear overnight. To me, honestly, If you have some kind of anti-blackness or some kind of anti-anything against another group of people, you probably always had it. Even if you get caught and you apologize, you still feel that way, in my opinion, for a lot of people. And so that was the issue I had with that. Like, you know, Jeffree Star's apology does not automatically erase the actions of Jeffree Star. Yes, they can apologize and we can say, okay, cool, but that can also mean we can put up a wall and say, well, we don't really trust you like that based on your past actions, but you know what, you do you, okay? You know, you hear like the phrase, forgive or forget. Yeah, you can forget, but you ain't got to forget, because sometimes the problem is American history tries to teach us to forget all the terrible things that have happened. And that's why when you fast forward to 2017, all this nonsense is happening now. Because we spent 20 years trying to pretend we were post-racial and trying to pretend that all that horrible stuff that happened in the past didn't happen anymore. And look what's going on now. But anyway, going back to her justifying it, by her saying, you know, Jeffree Star does great music, so, or not music, great makeup or whatever, so we have to let that go and not use that against him. That's kind of like saying, oh, we shouldn't be mad at Jerry Lee Lewis for marrying his 13-year-old cousin because he makes great music. Great balls of fire. Balls of fire indeed with that nasty shit, okay? So absolutely not. Like, it just terrifies it. And the worst part is, you're equating my blackness. You're equating the idea of blackness and the black struggle, the black experience, the black existence, the black journey to makeup. To freaking makeup. Makeup that you're putting on to try to look a little bit blacker anyway. Like, what you doing? Alright? You know, yep, Kim, you... These Kardashians and these Jenners, I don't know what to do with this group. Boy. And I think the part that gets me too is like, she was like, you know, when she apologized, forgive me, you know, I was naive. And I'm like, then again, if you're naive to something, you probably shouldn't be speaking on it. You know what I mean? Like, and that represents pretty much what happens all the time when black people are trying to address a larger issue. A lot of times people will dismiss whatever it is that black people say before they can even get it out, because that person is already, you know, they formulated their opinion, they have their idea, so they're naive. They'll shut something out, and that's exactly what Kim did. Kim didn't even take the time to research anything because she had already formulated her opinion and wasn't trying to hear the voices of anybody else until she got told about herself. And then here comes, oh, I was so naive. I'm so sorry, guys. Okay, cool. Listen, I don't mind. It is what it is, Kim, but I'm just going to look at you a little bit differently now. And I mean, that's not working with a whole lot much because I wasn't really looking at you in that great of a way anyway. Now, listen, I respect and admire that they were able to turn, you know, her family and all, they were able to turn, you know, nothing into something, into a great, big, giant empire. That's cool. But that doesn't mean they're exempt from criticism. And just, again, just because they're sleeping with black folks does not mean they're not exempt from criticism. Just because she has a black child, that makes her more, you know, vulnerable for criticism, because now you're raising a black child, and so you're going to need to educate yourself on the experience of black people and what black people have to deal with in order for that child to not grow up and hate who they are. Not in order for that child to not grow up and be confused about reality of what is and who they are and how they're supposed to do things. You know what I mean? Anyway, that's my 2 cents. Kim, get it together. Get it together. And tell that to the rest of your family. All of them. Everybody. Whew. Anyway, let me get to this Paris, whatever his name is, video. I'm out. Subscribe.